Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Addie, and in today's video, we are going to be picking out my January TBR. So, this year, I'm going to be doing a challenge called the Reader's Gauntlet. I will put the announcement video down in the description box down below. But I do want to pick out 6 books from this challenge, or that can fill out these challenge prompts, and then that way I can kind of get through more of these books. I'm not hoping to get through all 6 of these books. I'm only hoping to get through 4 of them, or 4 books in general. I only want to read 1 book a week, and if I don't, that's perfectly fine, but I would love to be able to do that. Now, first up, I have already picked out the first book, and that is because I want it to be a part of the series Staircase. And if you don't know, by the books that I just picked up, it is going to be the Inferium series. Now, this series I do really want to read, but as there are not all 5 books out currently, I'm going to be counting this as a trilogy. So this is going to go in my trilogy space for the series Staircase, and the first book that we will be picking up is Fourth Wing. I'm currently, hold on, I'll tell you how many pages I am into it. I am currently 136 pages into this book, so this will definitely be getting done in January. I about said 2026. January 2026. Now, for the next challenge that I wanted to do, well, for that prompt, I also wanted to fill out the alphabet challenge. So that prompt is going to be going into Y, because Rebecca Yarros, her last name obviously starts with Y. And so I will be doing author last name, titles, anything that can kind of fit into where I need it to go, because Y is not a common last name. I will be putting it into Y. Now, I need to grab my phone for this next one. And so our next challenge is going to be the Scavenger Hunt. So a book with... Okay, first up, we are starting off with my latest read, which is Rhapsodic. I will put a picture of the book up here, by Laura Thalsa. And we are supposed to find a book with more pages than the last. So this last book had 423 pages. So I definitely know what book we're going to put for the book with more pages than the last, which is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. Because this one has over 600 pages. And then I've been putting off this book for a long time. So with the next prompt, a book you've been putting off longer than this book. Okay, so sorry, got interrupted again. For this book, we are going to be choosing Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, as this book has over 600 pages. And so I've been putting off this book for quite a while, so the next prompt makes it kind of challenging, which is a book you've been putting off longer than this book. So for this one, I think we're gonna choose New Moon by Stephanie Meyer, because I've been wanting to read this since 6th grade, and so a lot longer than Queen of Shadows. And then a book with the same number of letters in the title as this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to find one with 7 letters. I found one. We have My Fault by Mercedes Ron. I think I'm going to choose Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. And then a book in a different genre. This is murder mystery / thriller. So I guess we'll be choosing something different. I want to choose fantasy. Let's do When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. And then this one has blue lettering. And then the prompt for this one is same color of lettering as the last book. So this book. So I guess we'll be having to find one in like a light blue / a blue or white, we'll say. We'll give myself the option of blue and white. So I'm gonna look. So I did find one in blue lettering. So we do have Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. Then we have 5-star prediction with the same colors on the cover. So a darker blue color. So I'm gonna go put this back and then we will choose that book. None of the books I'm finding are really 5-star predictions. Let's look over there where my camera's at. I guess we'll choose Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, because this is the only book that I kind of feel like would maybe be a 5-star, or this duology would maybe be a 5-star. So this is going to be the book that we are going to read. So Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross is going to be on the January TBR. Then next up, I did want to put Queen of Shadows on my TBR because I do want to get through this lot, or mostly. And then I also count this as a pretty cover, so this would be one of the pretty covers on the pretty cover challenge. Let me read that challenge just to be sure. Yeah, I count this as a pretty cover, so we shall be reading this one. And then for the last 3 books on this TBR, I do want to also choose a new release. Okay, I think I've chosen... Okay, for our new release published in... oh my god. Published in 2026 January, I think we're going to choose The Poet Empress by... hold on. By Shan Dao, I think. This is her debut novel, and it's a fantasy, adult romance, historical fiction fantasy. So, like, it sounds really cool. So hopefully I will enjoy that book. Where is that one? And then I do not own that book, obviously, because it's coming out in January. So I will try and read it from my library once that does end up coming out. So, next up, I want to do a spinner wheel challenge. So I want to choose... So I'm going to put in... Let's do a couple different ones. So I want to put in Caraval, which I have to read. Let's do... I have been wanting to read these ones a lot. I want to do When the Moon Hatched and Serpent and the Wings of Night. And then I think I also want to put Binding 13 on there just for a change of genres. And I also do really want to get this book done soon because I'm 194 pages into it. And look at all of the tabs. You can see them. Oh, there's a lot. And so I just really want to finish this book and continue on with that series this year. Okay, so I think that's enough to do a spin. So let's do... Oops, all my books fell. it's going to be Serpent and the Wings of Night for the spinner wheel. So Serpent and the Wings of Night is going to be going for the 4th book on our TBR by Chris Broadbent, by the way. And then I think I kind of just want to do like all of the booktube challenges. I want to do, I'll figure what those mean. But oh, let's also put Caraval on this TBR because this one kind of fits the prompt for the subgenres challenge, which is a fairy tale fantasy. So this kind of fits that. It's very fairy tale-esque, to where it's very much like Alice in Wonderland type of fairy tale. So it definitely is a weird kind of, it makes you feel off. Like it throws random things at you, and then it's like, oh, I'm just not digesting this one part of the book, but something else has come up, and that thing is so completely out of this world that you don't understand it. So I believe this fits the prompt perfectly. So now we only have one more book to choose, and I think this one is going to be my personal pick that I want to read this month. And for that, I really want to choose either between Binding 13 or When the Moon Hatched. I know most likely I will not be reading all of When the Moon Hatched by the time that this month is over, but I would love to start it. However, we do not have any romance on this book besides fantasy romance. All we have is fantasy. So maybe I should put Binding 13 on here just to give me a little taste of something different. So I don't really know. I think we're gonna have to consort the spinner wheel. Actually, no. We're not gonna consort the spinner wheel. Why not just put both on the TBR and see which ones I get to and which ones I don't? If I don't end up getting to both of these, then that's perfectly fine. But now we have chosen one more than we were planning on choosing. But hold on, let me... Oh, we have chosen 7 books for my January TBR, which I will most likely only be reading 4, so that leaves 3 to be moved over to next month. So that is my TBR for this month. I will run through it one more time before I say goodbye, starting off with ones that were the first pick. We have Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas, Serpent in the Wings of Night by Chris Broadbent, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, and last but not least, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. So this is a TBR I am very, very excited for. I am looking forward to reading all of these books on this TBR, and possibly... all my books are falling. Possibly getting to more than just these this month, but most likely not. And we shall be doing reading challenges, or readathons, so we should be able to get through hopefully most of these. If not all, that's perfectly fine. We'll just transfer them over to next month. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my next one, because I'm not sure if this is going to be my first video of the year or my second or third. Who knows? I filmed a couple other videos that I would love to put out soon this year. So yeah. I guess bye for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click this post notification bell if you liked this video or if you wanted to watch more of my videos. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. Thank you so much, and see you next time.